Good evening, welcome along to the Brandon Smith Rugby channel here on YouTube, and welcome to this watch along between Leinster and Glasgow Warriors. Sorry that I'm a little bit late. I see some of you maybe getting a little bit impatient in the chat, but that's all good because we are here. Luke Conway, it does say 5:15, apologies, a few technical difficulties, but welcome along, Luke. I don't recognise your name, so please do subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the channel. Let me know who you are supporting this evening. In fact, you have said you're from Leinster. Hello, how are you doing? YouTube, a very long time ago. Congrats on 1K. Yes, thank you, everyone who has subscribed. We hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, which is incredible. So grateful to everyone who subscribed. Let's push to 1,100 subscribers. Let's see if we can hit 1,050 this evening. I'd love to do that if we can do that. So hit that subscribe button. It's free to do as we watch this game together. Gregor Galway is here in the chat. Yes, I'm an Ospreys fan and a Wales fan, and I'll get to my predictions shortly. And also we'll have a quick look at the teams just before we start. Evening, Dave. How are you doing? Hope you are well. Dave actually hosted a fantastic show on the 3bod Facebook group, the Ulster Rugby Roundup show. So if you're an Ulster fan, if you're an Irish fan, that is the show for you. Evening, Dave. Hope you are well. Luke's got the same jersey. Yes, I've got a Leinster one. I don't have a Glasgow one. That's one I certainly need to be getting. I need to get that. But let's have a look at both teams then. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, like and follow as well. Let's take a look then at the home team. It is Leinster who are the home team. So this is how the side line up this evening. Starting with the fullback then, Jimmy O'Brien starts at fullback with Cian Kelleher and Dave Carney as the wingers. Rory O'Loughlin plays in the centre with Kieran Frawley. Then the very, very exciting fly half, that is Harry Burns, starts at 10 with Luke McGrath as captain at 9. Peter Dooley, then Sean Cronin and Michael Bent are the front row, with Devin Toner, Scott Fardy as the locks. Josh Murphy, Josh van der Fleer and Scott Penny are the back row. Then options on the bench then are Sheehan, McGrath, Clarkson, Dunn, Soroka, Osborne, Hawkshaw and Osborne. Let's take a look then at the Glasgow Warriors team. This is how they line up this evening. Glasgow Warriors not having the greatest season, and we'll get into that in just a second. So going from the fullbacks, we got Ollie Smith playing at fullback with Rufus McLean and Cole Forbes as the wingers, with the centre partnership then of Sam Johnson and Hugh Jones. A lot of experience there, a lot of international experience. At 9 and 10 then, you've got Adam Hastings and you've got Jamie Doby. In the front row then, you've got Ollie Kebbell, Grant Stewart and Enrique Piretto. The locks then looking very strong, Richie Gray and Leone Nakarawa. That's a very strong lock partnership. Then in the back row, you have Rob Harley, Thomas Gordon and Ryan Wilson. Leaving the bench then of Johnny Matthews, Aki Siolu, Darcy Ray, Gregor Brown, TJ Ione, Sean Kennedy, Ross Thompson and Robbie Ferguson. So those are the teams, folks. Do let me know your thoughts on the team. Hope you are doing well. We are literally about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Yeah, I've just seen that. Thank you. We'll keep an eye on that. Connor Broomfield, hope you're doing well. Again, Leinster Rugby Roundup host on the 3bod Facebook group. So do check out the 3bod Facebook group. We have our Welsh Rugby Roundup show tomorrow evening, where we're going to talk about the game yesterday, which, let's just say, was a little bit controversial, wasn't it? But what a game it was as well. And we did a great watch along for that. Yeah, Greg is saying it looks like Frawley is out injured. And that's correct. Gregor says on Premier Sport 1 for people in the UK. So just quickly to say, just before we go into the match itself, I'm not showing the game. I'm not allowed to do that due to copyright. This is simply a way of bringing fans together during these difficult times, during the pandemic, bringing fans together to watch the game together, enjoy the chat and the banter. Because many of us will be, you'd either be at the RDS this evening, or you'd be watching the pub, or you'd be with your mates watching this one. So, yeah, it'd be very, very frustrating, isn't it, for us not to be able to watch this one together. But we can gather as fans to watch this one. Connor Broomfield says, look out for Jamie Osborne coming off Leinster's bench. Very exciting young talent. I know there's a couple of players who could earn their debuts this evening. And typically, this would be a very competitive match, wouldn't it? Because, of course, Leinster and Glasgow have been battling for titles in the past, but this year's been a really difficult year for Glasgow. They sit 5th in Conference A, but Leinster, of course, sit top. How competitive it's going to be is a different question. I'm not too sure, but I'm very excited for this game. So if you are new here, there are 21 of you currently watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It's free to do, and like and follow on Facebook. Right, kickoff is very shortly underway. Get your predictions in the chat. I want to hear who are you backing for this evening's game. Let me know who you think's going to take the win down at the RDS. Good memories of the RDS for an Ospreys fan. 2012. Good times. That was good times. Shane Williams scoring in the corner, Dan Bigger with a beautiful conversion, one of the hardest conversions I've seen in a very, very long time. But yeah. So Glasgow are out, currently coming out. And we await Leinster's arrival. Leinster are coming out now. Here they go. Again, no Six Nations today, so I thought let's do something a little bit different. Let's watch Leinster against Glasgow on a Sunday evening. Exactly 1 year. Has it been that long since we've been able to be in stadiums? Crazy. Quite about 2012. Great year that. That was a great year for us Ospreys fans. The referee then is Frank Murphy this evening. Let me just turn my TV volume up slightly. So we are ready to go down here at the RDS. Predictions in the chat, folk. Who are you backing to win this one? I'm going to say Leinster by 15 to 20. It could really be that emphatic. But, you know, Glasgow have a lot of their internationals there, and they have a lot of quality players. Such as Nakarawa is a brilliant player, though he's not been really in form. And spoken to a few Scotland fans who aren't really the biggest fan of his, to be honest, and who struggle with him, to be honest. Minute silence here, I believe, for the Halpin who died, passed away recently. Having a minute silence to remember him. So we are about to kick off here. That's right, minute silence for the ex-Ireland prop. Leinster 35-15, interesting to see. YouTube, welcome along, a very, very loyal subscriber here. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And thank you for the comment earlier. You're more than welcome on this stream. Yes, we passed 1,000 subscribers yesterday. So do be sure to subscribe if you haven't done already. Luke Conway is back. Fantastic. Welcome along, Luke Conway. We are underway here at the RDS. Glasgow playing in white with light blue shorts, and Leinster, of course, in their traditional blue. Leinster here on the attack, just outside the 22. Mistake from Glasgow, giving them a little bit of space as they come through the forwards. We want it to be a competitive game, though, don't we? That's the big thing. We want it to be a competitive game. Also, Leinster's power, very obvious here in the early stages. 30 seconds into this one, and Leinster really putting the foot down here. Glasgow certainly not helping themselves. Harry Burton takes it into contact. Lovely hands. Is that a little bit high from Hastings? Yes, it is. Advantage to Leinster. Dave Carney taking it in. So advantage to Leinster here for a high tackle. I'll get to your comments in a second, folks. McGrath out wide here. Harry Burton tries the little kick through. It's not going to come off. And they'll come back for the original penalty for the high tackle from Adam Hastings. So a brilliant start for Leinster straight away, putting the pressure on. Let's have a look at your predictions. So Connor Broomfield said 35-15. Dave Topping saying Leinster by 10. You've been a little bit kind to Glasgow maybe from this opening part. I'm not too sure if it'll be that competitive. Luke Conway saying Leinster to win 42-10, which would be a big win. Typical Scotland, though, playing this well, and we're still fifth. Indeed. Glasgow used to be classy. I'm not sure what's happened with Glasgow. Again, Edinburgh last season were really competitive in the playoffs. Leinster have gone to the corner here and they've got the driving maul going, and this does not look good for Glasgow, but it has gone down. But they'll go through the forwards. Advantage once again here to Leinster. They're picking and going here. I think has he reached there? Surely this is inevitable. This is going to be a try. And Harry Burns over. Leinster have the opening score. That's right, Gregor Galway. Try for Leinster. Harry Burns crashing over 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. That's all it's taken. It's going to be a long evening, isn't it, for poor old Glasgow Warriors. 5-0 to Leinster already. Harry Burns with a try. You're an Edinburgh fan. Interesting. But last season was so good for you. Did you overachieve, or is it this season that you're not playing well? This should be quite an easy conversion for Harry Burns. Lots of talk about him, about the Irish squad, of course. And I actually haven't seen him that much. So I'm really interested to see how he does today. See what impact he can have on this game. His first attempt at the post, though, the best possible start for Leinster. But it all came from that Glasgow mistake. And Leinster just are so... They just put their foot down. They know when to put the pressure on. Harry Burns is successful with his conversion, so he converts his own try. 7 points to 0 here. Leinster leading this one. So Glasgow, who have touched the ball, I think, for about 5 minutes, for 5 seconds or so, and yet they're already down. So 3.5 minutes gone here. Leinster gather the ball from the restart. This is, as far as I'm aware, the only game currently on. I think all the action has been done in the Premiership. We had a game earlier today, and we'll take a look at that, I'm sure, at half-time. Of course, the game between Scotland and France was postponed due to the coronavirus and to the positive cases in the French camp. So, yeah, it's frustrating, that one, obviously, with France versus Scotland. And then no top 14 action either today. So, all the games are done. So this is the only game on currently. Wow, what a game from before. Bath beat Northampton 23-22 while they were 19 points to 10 down at half-time. Zach Mercer with 2 tries for Bath. James with 2 for Northampton, and Freeman with a try. Priestland there kicking the points for Bath. That's a big win for Bath. They've been really struggling this season, haven't they? You'd have to say so. Scrum here then. 5 minutes on the clock. Scrum to Leinster, just inside the Glasgow half. Let me know where you're watching from this evening. Let me know, are you watching at home? Are you somewhere across the world? I know we got viewers in Australia, we got viewers out in the States, we got viewers out in New Zealand, here in the UK and Ireland, of course, and across Europe. So let me know where you're watching from this evening. And as always, we have a reset of the scrum. It's just typical, isn't it? It always happens. Luke Conway, that's very, very kind. Very kind. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, Thomas says it will be like Ireland versus Italy yesterday. Let's hope it's a little bit more competitive, but it could be a long evening for Glasgow. And Glasgow have had such a poor season. Luke Conway's watching from home. And YouTube says, yeah, I think we just had a good year. This is about Edinburgh, of course. Knew it wasn't going to last. To make it even worse, Duran van der Merwe is leaning to join Worcester, so no, great for us. Yeah, it's frustrating. And here in Wales, we've got the Gatland's law as such, as Leinster are attacking once again here. Harry Burns taking the ball forward well there. The speed that Leinster recycle the ball at is out of this world. It really is. It's the speed that they get the ball out. It's 3 seconds or less every single time. Their offloading game is brilliant. Just as I said that, they've lost the ball. This has been knocked on. But they're coming back for the original knock-on, I think, was from the Glasgow player. Yeah, the original knock-on was from Glasgow Warriors. Connor Broomfield says Max O'Reilly's now on the bench due to Frawley's injury. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. Very talented player who can play wing or fullback. We'll certainly keep an eye out on him and see how he goes throughout the course of the game. So 7 minutes in here, Leinster leading 7 points to 0. Try for Harry Byrne, and he converted his own try. Sam Johnson, I think he's taken a knock in the jewels. I think he's taken a knock in the jewels. But he's just getting some treatment. Just a stoppage in play here as they reset the scrum. But let me know how you're doing this fine Sunday evening. It's beautiful here in North Wales. We've had sun all day. It's been about 15 degrees. Went for a walk on the beach before. Pretty busy. Even had an ice cream. I had an ice cream in February. So don't judge me too much, but I did have an ice cream in February. But it has been beautiful here in North Wales. Let me know what it's like where you are. Leinster here off the scrum then. Harry Byrne to McGrath. Lovely hands here. Ball out, Dave Carney with a little bit of space. Not held, says the ref. Interesting. Just the speed of their recycling is just incredible. This is why Leinster are by far the best team in the league. Was that forward, potentially? Referee says no, and Leinster's still coming forward here. Harry Byrne throws the dummy, but it's caught. Oh, is he caught? 2 meters short here. Another try, and this is really worrying. Advantage once again to Leinster, 5 meters out. The penalties are racking up here for Glasgow. This is going to be a try. Oh, McGrath's held up. Why did he try and go alone? Advantage once again. If they don't score here, this is a yellow. Without a doubt. The ref's got to be thinking now. Van der Fleer picks and go, but it's tackled. This isn't going to go very far, this ball now. This is simply going to be a pick and go, pick and go. McGrath out to Harry Byrne. Harry Byrne tries the cross kick. Is it going to work? And no, it won't work. The ref will come back for the original penalty. He's talking to his linesman. They're checking the TMO. I think to see if he was tackled in the air. Taken out in the air. I doubt they're going to look at this more. What's he doing? They might be looking at this more seriously. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Luke Conway says, can you watch Leinster versus Ulster next Saturday? Let me have a look at the calendar. I know that the Ospreys are playing against the Dragons at some point. I'll see. I'm not too sure yet. Maybe. I'll definitely do one in the afternoon for either Bath versus Exeter and Wasps versus Gloucester. But I'm not sure if I'll do that one. I'll think about it. I'll let you know on that one. Referee wants a word here. Tackled him in the air. It's a yellow card. Tackled him in the air and he is off. Cole Forbes is off. It's a yellow. It's a yellow. And Glasgow's evening has just got a whole lot harder, hasn't it now? 9 minutes in, they're 14-0 down. There's a penalty try. And they're down to 14 men. Indeed, it is a yellow. Ian Gilberts, good evening. How are you doing? Hope you are well. Freddie, hope you are well as well. Leinster look good. They do, for sure. They look very, very comfortable so far. Glasgow not really offering much at all, if we're being totally honest. So Leinster looking to clear. Harvey Byrne keeping everything ticking from 10 this evening. So line out to Glasgow. First time really they've had any sort of possession now. They get it off the line out just inside their own half. Adam Hastings sends this one high. He, of course, is joining Gloucester at the end of this season. No advantage for Glasgow there. They'll come back for the original penalty. Knocked on there by Leinster. So Glasgow need their experienced players to step up here to really take control. Players such as Hugh Jones, players such as Sam Johnson, players such as Adam Hastings. All of these are internationals. They've all played for Scotland. They've all got quite a few caps for Scotland. Really, they need to stand up and be counted here, you'd have to say. I'm not too far away from Llandudno. Beautiful part of the world there. The Great Orme. Lovely walk there. So scrum to Glasgow here. Just inside the half of Leinster. They need to manage this 10 minutes well for this yellow card, because that was a horrendous yellow. Solid scrum from both sides. Here we go. Glasgow coming forward. Sam Johnson beats the man, but is tackled. Switching the play. Nakarawa, of course, is heading to Ulster next season as well on a one-year deal. Adam Hastings switches the play. Sam Johnson. Glasgow have no momentum going forward. When the players receive the ball, they receive it standing still, and there's no options then. There's no one running onto the ball, really. Advantage to Glasgow here. What can they make of this? Believe for an offside. Good hands by Glasgow. They are making a bit of ground here, actually. Still advantage. Nakarawa bringing this one forward. Back to Hastings. Hastings tries the chip. Is it going to work for him? The bounce might be fortuitous. It's not. And they'll come back for the original penalty. And if I'm Glasgow, if this is kickable, you take the points. Yeah, it was offside. It was. So penalty to Glasgow. Now, what are they going to do here? Does Hastings think this is in his locker? Let's see what they're going to do. I think they're going for the corner here. Yeah, Hastings is going for the corner. So Leinster will be defending this one. First time Glasgow been in there 22. Thank you everyone for joining this evening. I do appreciate it. It's only a Pro 14 match, but there are 22 of you watching, so I do really appreciate that. Welcome along if you're new here. I do watch-alongs, do reviews, everything like that. Everything rugby, really. Super chilled. We're creating a great community here of rugby fans, so you're welcome to subscribe if you want. Glasgow here with the driving maul from the line out. I mean, if Glasgow get a try here with a man down, they're going pretty close to the advantage, changing bind for Leinster. So opportunity here. Hugh Jones is through. Lovely step. Can he get the offload? Oh, he held it. It's a try for Glasgow. What a try that is. What a try for Glasgow. Fair play. Hugh Jones stepping beautifully. And what a take. What a take that is. I mean, that's a brilliant try. How he gathers that, that's very impressive. And what a try that is from Glasgow. Hugh Jones on a lovely angle. The first man needs to make that tackle, in my opinion. He needs to make that tackle. It's just power. It's a lovely step from Hugh Jones. The offload. How the number 7 for Glasgow has managed to catch that one, Tom Gordon. How he's managed to collect that. That's an incredible pickup. Brilliant try there. If I'm doing a bath for Exeter, I will be watching. I will certainly be thinking about that. I need to change the score. It's way behind. So Leinster 14, Glasgow 7. And with Glasgow a man down, I'm not sure how long they've got left on this yellow. Not a bad start for them, is it? 15 minutes into this one then. So Glasgow will look to clear their lines here. Yeah, I'm afraid the stream is a little bit behind because I'm watching on the Premier Sport Player app, and also because of the time it takes to come across to you. But hopefully that's not too much of an issue for you guys. I appreciate you being here. Hugh Jones should be starting for Scotland. Interesting thoughts there. I thought Cameron Redpath looked really good against England. Obviously, he's been injured, so I don't know if he's fit at the minute or not. I thought he looked very, very impressive for Scotland, didn't he? Leinster looking to play here. Kick downfield, though. Hastings with time. He decides to run it. Not much space really to play with it here, to be honest. And they've just reached touch. It will be a line out to Leinster. So we're nearly halfway through this first half already. Cheers, Cal. Thank you. I appreciate that. Leinster, yep. Leinster Rugby it is. Leinster against Glasgow in the Pro 14, round 13 of the tournament so far, man. It's going quickly. There's options here for Leinster if they could have got a lovely offload. Great tackle, though. Leinster looking dangerous here, though. Ball out wide. Ooh, he only just managed to gather it. Leinster, every time they come forward, they look very, very dangerous, don't they? Harry Byrne really is just keeping everything ticking here. Lovely floating pass out to Carney. Dave Carney, of course, the younger brother of Rob Carney, playing now in Australia now for the Western Force, of course. Playing now, he made his debut a bit ago. Harry Byrne should be starting for Ireland. Interesting. Who have you got next? Ireland have Scotland next, if I'm correct in saying. Yes, they do. On the 14th of March at 3 o'clock kickoff. There'll be a watch on for that here on the channel, of course, in 2 weeks' time. Gregor Galway says he shouldn't be starting in that one. I tend to agree. I think against Scotland, that's a game Ireland really need to be winning. I'm for both teams. I think it's a massive game. As Leinster pushing with the driving maul here, ref tells McGrath to play it. Just after this phase of play, we'll get to that debate on Harry Byrne in a second. I've seen a lot of people are very much wanting him in the setup. And from what I've seen today, I can see what he offers. Pick and go here from Leinster. They're 5 metres out, and it's going to be a try. Has it been held up? It's a try. Try for Leinster. That is right. Luke Conway and Gregor Galway there pointing out that it is a try for Leinster. It's a brilliant try there. Scott Penny crashing over. And just the speed that this Leinster team can recycle the ball is just incredible. They're picking the right pass every single time. And they always make a meter. They always make ground when they pick and go. And then the power is just too much. And this Glasgow team simply cannot deal with that. So Harry Byrne will be looking to take them past the 20-point mark, which he should successfully do this. And he does. Leinster lead this one 21 points to 7. Already 3 tries for Leinster. They're 1 try away from the bonus point already. You're new to rugby. Welcome. It's a brilliant sport, a great community of rugby fans. That's something I do want to talk about at half time, because there was an incident yesterday where fans probably didn't act in the most respectful of ways towards a certain person, and we'll have a chat about that at half time, because that is something that I think needs to be eradicated from the game for sure. It's okay to have opinions, but when it gets abusive, I'm certainly not for that. So Leinster with the ball here over halfway in this first half. McGrath will use the box kick. And Glasgow get the ball back. Let's have a look what you're saying. Conor Boom says, not sure about how Burns starting, but I would have had him on the bench yesterday. He's the future. Sexton is almost shot, and Billy Burns isn't going to be ever first choice 10, in my opinion. I disagree on Sexton. I think Sexton is a lot better than people. I know you think he's good, Conor, for sure, because he's a fantastic fly half. The problem with Sexton is he plays so close to the line, doesn't he, where he is getting so many injuries now. He loves this tactic where he takes it right up to the defensive line and pops it off to the likes of Lama or to the likes of a Stockdale when he was in the squad. Obviously, he's currently injured. And so he always gets hit very, very hard, either by their number 8 or by their centre or someone like that. And obviously, we've had the scandal with the French doctor coming out and saying that he'd had over 30 concussions in his career. And then this week, or a couple of weeks ago, Sexton saying about he might not be there for the 2023 World Cup, and everyone's then going crazy about that, saying, oh, he's going to retire now, and he then came and calmed them down. I think Harry Byrne does look very, very good. The question is, though, it would have made more sense, as you said, to have had him on the bench against Italy than to have had him on the bench for the Scotland game, because against the Italians, no disrespect to Italy, you're always going to win the game. Yesterday, it was always going to be a comfortable victory for you, and so to have Harry Byrne not on the bench for that is the game you'd want him on the bench. Maybe game was pretty much won by half time, wasn't it? And so 50 minutes in, you take Sexton off, you keep him fresh, you keep him fit, you look after him, and then you bring Harry Byrne on, you give him 30 minutes, you've already won the game, the pressure not on him, he can play a little bit around, try a few things. And yeah, I don't understand that one, to be honest. Oops, already looked at that one. Sexton is 36 this year. Yes, he is. I still think he can make it to the next World Cup, and I still think he'll be good enough for you. I mean, look at Alan Wynne-Jones first. I know it's a different position, maybe a lot less running, but the amount of work that guy puts in, the amount of work that he puts in on the pitch is insane. He's so good. And people questioning him, and rightly so, maybe last year a little bit, but questioning Wales in general, which, again, rightly so. We were very poor last year. But how good has he been? And what a leader he has been for us. Stockdale is now back fit. Fantastic to see that. Harry Byrne is Ross Byrne's brother. Yes, he is. Once Sexton retires, should be Ross Byrne and Carberry. Of course, Carberry came back from injury against Cardiff Blues. We did a watch long for that on the channel. Some of you would have joined that, of course, as Munster won that 20 points to 11, I believe it was in the end. What is the average age of rugby players? Well, that's an interesting debate and something that is very hot topic in the rugby world at the minute, with things such as concussions, where it's forcing players to retire. But I think it really varies on positions. Different positions mean you can go for a little bit longer. Some players retire in their early 30s, some go till their late 30s, some retire in their late 20s. I'd say probably 34, 35 really is when most players hang up the boots. As Hugh Jones nearly burst through there, but someone just grabs his shirt. Glasgow, of course, are now back to 15 men. Sam Johnson can't quite keep hold of that. No advantage to Glasgow, though. They'll come back for the original infringement. High tackle there. Yeah, it was a little bit high on Adam Hastings, wasn't it? Pleasure, don't worry about it. So Glasgow, actually, when they have ball in hand, they don't look too bad. The only concern for them is every time Leinster get the ball, their recycling is so quick of the ball that Glasgow simply cannot deal with it. They just can't deal with it, and it's very, very frustrating for them. Hastings has put Glasgow into the 22. Hastings heading to Gloucester at the end of the season, isn't he? So he will be joining in the Premiership. Of course, no relegation in the Premiership, as Glasgow just lost their own line out here. Leinster will look to run it. Oh, it's a poor pass, actually. That's a line out to Glasgow, just outside the 22. So they haven't really lost much ground there. Line out to Glasgow. They do win their own line out ball here. Big hit there. Switching the play here. Going towards the 22. Advantage once again to Glasgow. A little bit of ill discipline creeping in here from Leinster. You'd have to say they've got a few penalties. We'll look at the stats at half-time, as always, and see where this game has been won and lost for both teams. Good defence, though, on the whole here from Leinster. Well, there's a little bit of space here. Sam Johnson can't quite get the offload off. Dave Carney's got it. If he's in here, this could be... I think the pass there was forward. No release, so be back for the original penalty. Luke Conway likes the shirt. Leinster shirt, of course. Carberry will come back into the picture. Not sure about Ross Byrne. He has his limitations at the highest level. Interesting to see what happens there. I think it's an interesting one. Just undercover location. I've not seen you for a very, very long time on the channel. Hope you're well, my friend. Welcome back. It's good to see you. I've not seen you for such a long time on the watch longs, but welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you once again. I don't know enough about baseball, I'm afraid. I don't know enough about baseball on that one, I'm afraid. I don't know. I'd say there's some influential positions on the pitch. The fly half, so the number 10, controls the speed of the game, controls the connection. Oh, Glasgow looking dangerous here. Lovely ball inside. Great tackle. If this is recycled quickly, McGrath into Hugh Jones, probably not the player you'd have wanted in that position, and Glasgow have dropped it. Leinster with a chance potentially to counter-attack here. Probably not the man you'd want with ball in hand, Sean Cronin, and is tackled into touch. Cronin has taken a bit of a knock there. We hope he's all right. Great turnover there from Leinster, you have to say. McGrath getting that one. Yeah, so back to your question, Cal Chapman. Yeah, the scrum half connects the forwards. So usually the bigger guys who do a lot of the tackling, do a lot of the pick and go, and do a lot of the dirty work, and maybe don't have that much space to run with the ball. That guy, the number 9, is the connection between the forwards and the backs. And then in the backs, you've got the 10, who tends to connect the scrum half to the rest of the backs, who then dictates the game from 10. So he really is, in American football, he's probably, I've forgotten the word for it now. He's the quarterback. He's similar to the quarterback. So that is what he does. Now, this is something I did want to get onto. This question from Finton D. Flannelly. Hello, Flinton. Hope you are well. Welcome along to the watch along. Hope you're enjoying this game today. Yeah, quarterback. Cheers, Finton. Thoughts on the line of questioning to foul post match by Sonia Pitchside. Okay, I wanted to get to this. I think it's really important that we talk about this because I'm in a chat with a group of people who love rugby as well. Just watching Glasgow trying to attack here. But if anything happens, I'll let you know. I think Leinster have actually, yeah, that's gone forward. Okay, so this question about Sonia McLaughlin yesterday. First of all, the hate she's received online is unacceptable. The fact that she has been trolled and tagged in stuff and sent private messages and apparently sent horrible things is unacceptable. That is not what rugby's about. That's what football's like. Rugby is not like that. Rugby, we're a community. At the end of the day, again, when you think about it, she's a sports journalist. She has to ask the difficult questions. We don't know whether the BBC have said to her, these are the list of questions that we want you to ask Farrell and Eddie Jones. She may have come up with them questions herself. We don't know that. We don't know, and we probably never will know. The second thing, the way that she's asking it probably doesn't help. The way that she pushes for an answer. But again, I studied sports journalism in uni, and I can understand from her viewpoint. Everyone at home wanted to know the thoughts of Eddie Jones and Owen Farrell on the referee decisions. Everyone wanted to know it. It's just a fact. Everyone wanted to know it. So she asks those questions. She gets a lot of, I'm going to use quite colourful language, she's going to get a lot of shit for it. But if she doesn't, she also takes a lot of shit for it as well. There's no medium ground for her. So I can see both sides. The way she asks it probably isn't the best way, but we don't know the full story of why she's asking them questions. Is she asking it because she wants to know and she's a journalist, or have the BBC producers of the programme, of the Six Nations programme, said, right, you need to ask them these questions? I actually thought that Farrell and Eddie Jones dealt with it very, very well. But I think the hate she's received is just unacceptable, and it really winds me up. It really winds me up that she's received that hate, because at the end of the day, she's just doing her job. And I mean, the referee made some mistakes yesterday, and I don't want to get into them, to be honest, because I've already covered that on a review, which is live on the channel now if you want to go and check that out. where I gave my thoughts on it. But the hate she's received is just not acceptable, and that really wound me up last night. And at the end of the day, she's just doing her job. She's just doing her job. So I think the best thing to do is to leave her be, to be honest. I don't think she helped by putting what she put on Twitter afterwards by saying, oh, she's crying in the car now and stuff like that. I don't think that helps, really. I think the best way to do is just ignore it. And, you know, on YouTube videos, I know I would not have got as much hate. But I put my video out yesterday of my reaction to the game. Obviously, I'm Welsh, so I'm going to celebrate the fact that we're beating England, our biggest rivals. It's just what you're going to do. And I got a bit of hate for it. You get people saying I'm deluded, saying that I'm biased, my glasses are tinted red and things like that. But if I go crazy and respond to that and give the people who are giving their opinions over like that, I give them what they want, which is probably a reaction, then I don't think it helps the situation at all. So I always try and react positively, and I maybe back my opinion up a little bit, or I say, oh, thank you, appreciate your thoughts, or whatever it is. She maybe could have dealt with it a little bit better, but the hate she's received is just not acceptable for me. And yeah, I really don't think it's fair at all, to be honest. So keep that out of rugby. It's got no place in rugby. Rugby is a sport that includes everyone, no matter who you are. All race, all sexuality, all genders, all religions, everything. You know, you're welcome in rugby, and we need to keep it like that. That's my thoughts on that. That was something that I felt very passionate about and thought was important to cover. But let's get back to the game anyway. 7 minutes until halftime. Glasgow in the 22 of Leinster, putting the pressure on a little bit here. But Leinster's defence, on the whole, has held up very much so. And Nakarawa's tried to do an outrageous offload, which simply hasn't come off. He's knocked it on, and Leinster will have an opportunity to clear their lines here. And it is cleared down. And Glasgow will get a line up just about on the 10-metre line. Just a reminder that we will take a quick break at half-time just so I can grab a drink, grab a few other bits that I need to do. But do stick around because I've got something very exciting to show you, got an exciting clip to show you of some exciting news to do with the channel. So that I'll play that over half-time for you. It's only about 2 minutes long. We'll have a look at some stats. We'll get some of your questions and your thoughts in on the first half. And then we'll crack on with the second half. So a few injuries here, a few players getting a little bit of treatment for Leinster and Glasgow respectively. Richard Hoori, hope you're doing well. Hello, welcome along to the watch along. Good to see you once again, my friend. Hope you're doing very, very well. It is good to see you. Harvey Byrne is going off to the side here. Looks like he's picked up a little knock. We hope he's okay. He's walking off okay, so it might be a HIA potentially. So line out to Glasgow here. 34 and a bit minutes gone. Time back on from the referee, which is good to see. Off we go. Glasgow win their own ball here. Again, though, not really making all that much headway here. 21.7. If they really want to get anything from this game, you kind of feel as if they need to get something here. You kind of feel as if they do. Once again, a couple of knocks for some players here. HIA for Harry. Thank you, Connor, for confirming that. Hopefully he'll come back on. And that's something that I've been really impressed with rugby, the way that we've dealt with concussion and things like that on the whole, on the pitch. Football is way behind on that, which is not something you'd usually say about how comparing rugby and football, it's something that rugby is dealing with. And again, though, it's still a lot of concussions and a lot of injuries concerning that. We'll also take a look at the rest of the action from the weekend of rugby that we've had. We've had so much rugby, haven't we? So we'll take a look over them in just a second. But 5 minutes until half time here. Leinster looking to play here. Advantage knock on here for Glasgow. What can they do? Hastings chips it over. This could work. Oh, the bounce of the ball is unlucky. And Leinster regain possession just outside their own 22. That was a big opportunity there, you'd have to say. The sun has gone down here at the RDS. As we enter the last few minutes of this first half, Leinster currently leading 21 points to 7. Leinster is a little bit scrappy at the minute, you've got to be totally honest. Lots of knock-ons, a lot of steals of the breakdown, lots of kicking. No advantage to Glasgow there, so they'll come back once again for the original penalty. Ooh, yeah, Hastings caught him there, didn't he? It's not deliberate or anything like that. I don't personally have an issue with that. It's painful, of course it is, but I don't think that's an injury, really. They're going to have a look at this, though. They're having a look at this. The foot is definitely high, but we'll have a look what the ref says here. But Hastings could be in trouble here, Adam Hastings. So let's see what the ref decides here. Hastings could be in a lot of trouble. It's going to be a red card. Adam Hastings is going off here. So red, Adam Hastings is off. Wow. Wow, indeed. And Glasgow's evening gets that much harder. Red card. He's made contact with the head. At first, I was like, oh, it's unlucky. But looking at it again, I just don't think he's got any option, has he? And at the end of the day, player safety is paramount. Max O'Reilly is on for Cian Kelleher, who did take that knock. So that is going to be a temporary one for now, I'd think. It is a red card. Let me know your thoughts on that red in the chat. We are nearing half time here. Advantage to Leinster, though, just inside the Glasgow half. Glasgow dealt pretty well with the yellow. Another advantage to Leinster here, but Glasgow going to have to play 43 minutes of rugby at least without Hastings. They're coming back for the original penalty. It's going to be a very, very difficult evening for them now. His foot was high and he kicked out, absolutely. I don't think he deliberately kicked out at him. I think that's just the way he was coming down. But it is a red card. He's made contact with the head for sure. Scrum here, though. 5-metre scrum for Leinster with a minute to go now. I mean, you'd think they'd be looking to get their bonus point try at this point. The thing is, when Glasgow have had the ball, they've looked all right. It's just defensively they can't deal with the Leinster power and the accuracy and their offloading and the speed of ball that they're getting. Penalty to Leinster as they take it quickly, and it's a try. There it is. And it's the bonus point try for Leinster here. Brilliant try from Leinster there. As they crash over, and they have the bonus point already. Try indeed. Luchu is back. How are you doing? Welcome back. Leinster beginning to run away with this. You've missed a red card. You've just missed a try as well. 9 tries now for the young man. And yeah, it's going to be very difficult. David Hawkshaw with his first opportunity. Scott Penny with his second of the try there. Try of the evening. But Hawkshaw here with an opportunity to get his first points of the evening. This will be the last play of the half. He's taking his time over it. Let's see if he can get it. Hawkshaw looks to have the point, and he's successful. Leinster are up to the 28, and that is half-time. Indeed, it is half-time down at the RDS. So, at half-time, Leinster lead 28 points to 7. It's going to be a tough half for them, isn't it? We'll have a look at that red card, of course we will, and we'll have a look at a lot more over the course of this half-time break. As I said before, though, we are going to take about a 2 to 4 minute break here on the channel. The stream will stay live, so do stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very, very shortly to talk about the first half and also to chat about all things rugby. And Martin Murray, just before I go, only one team has stopped Leinster from getting a bonus point. It's going to be very, very difficult for them, isn't it? Martin, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the watch along. Subscribe if you're new, my friend. Let's quickly take a break then. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Won't be long at all. There we go. We are back. It is half-time down at the RDS. You read the score right. Leinster leading 28 points to 7. And to make things even worse for Glasgow, they are currently down to 40 men and will be for the rest of the game, as Adam Hastings was given a straight red for a high foot on Kelleher. Story of the match. I mean, you look, Leinster started really, really well, got an early try. Glasgow came back, though. Though a man down, they got a try. They kept responding, and they looked decent with ball in hand, but that Leinster power just came through, man, and they looked so strong, didn't they? Let me know your thoughts on the first half then in the chat, folks. I do have a few exciting things to go through with you, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that first half. Let's talk about what's happened so far then during this first half. Let's take a look at some stats. Let me get these stats up for you. We'll see the stats from that first half. And we'll see how this game has been going. 28 points to 7 at half time. Let me get the stats up for you now, folks. Let me share my screen with you so you can see it. And voila. So there we go. Here we have the stats from the first half. So attacking wise, 3 tries for Leinster, but they did, of course, get that penalty try in the corner from earlier on as Glasgow went down to 14 men for the yellow card for the tackle in the air. Possession-wise, Leinster have pretty much dominated 53% to 47%. Only 1 clean break, though, and 18 defenders beaten compared to the 14 of Leinster. Shows that when Glasgow have ball in hand, they look dangerous. And I think that's the story of the half. They've looked dangerous with ball in hand. They just haven't been clinical, and they haven't had enough ball, if we're being totally honest. Again, Glasgow have offloaded that a little bit more than Leinster. Looking in defence, then again, Leinster just playing the right areas of the pitch, 54% compared to Glasgow's 46%. Again, that number of tackles, I mean, it just shows how dominant Leinster have been. When they have ball in hand, they're very effective and very efficient with it. Missed tackles, though, Leinster missing a few more tackles. So tackle success rate doesn't look great, but they have turned the ball over 5 times. Kicking-wise, Leinster kicking a lot more. None of the kicks retained. Kicking success is at 100%. Looking at penalties, then 5-4, so not too bad at all. Scott Penny, of course, has got 2 tries in this opening half, with Thomas Gordon getting the try for Glasgow. Successful carries 11 for Peter Dooley. Dave Carney has got 1 clean break. Hugh Jones has had a really good first half, actually, for Glasgow. He's looked very dangerous throughout the game. Harry Byrne has beaten 4 defenders. He's looked good. Went off for HIA. Not sure if he's coming back on. Hopefully, he will be coming back on throughout this game. But that's how he's looking at half-time currently. Let's take a look and see what happened this weekend in the Pro 14. So Friday, we saw Benetton really push Connacht close at home, but they couldn't quite hold on for the win there. Ruggeri and Savto again tries for Treviso, but Connacht getting the win there. Beelan, McAllister and Bundy Aki with the tries there. Let's have a look then at what else happened. So we did the watch along for this game, of course, as Cardiff Blues lost at home. First time they played there in almost a year. And they lost 11 points to 20. Munster just about stronger than them. Klein and Scannell again tries with Davis. Seb Davis getting an early try for the Blues there, but Hanrahan kicking the points. But Ben Thomas at 10 for the Blues. Keep an eye on him. He certainly looks like a prospect. Also on the Friday night, Ulster beat Ospreys 21 points to 7. Ospreys got a try in the first minute through Keelan Giles, and as an Ospreys fan, I was watching this on the side, thinking maybe this will be the day where we actually beat Ulster away from home. But it wasn't to be, as Cooney and Andrew both got tries for Ulster, and Cooney converted them both. How this guy's not in the Ireland squad is beyond belief, isn't it? But that is a debate for another day. Yesterday, we saw Edinburgh and Scarlets play out a fantastic match up at Murrayfield. Bradbury, Graham and Cherry getting tries for Edinburgh, while Morgan, McNichol and Blacker got tries for Scarlets. Jones kicked 2 penalties. Van der Vault also kicked 2 penalties. Van der Vault missed 1 conversion, and that was the reason why they lost this game. So Dan Jones, with his conversions there, that is the reason why they lost, because they missed that 1 conversion. If he got that 1 conversion, they'd have won this game. So that's how tight it is in those games. We also saw Zebra get a big win against the Dragons. Now, the Dragons had looked decent at parts in this season. But Zebra with a big win. Jamaroli getting a try, and Maselli, and then 4 penalties. Passetto getting 3, and Ritzy getting the 1, while Sam Davis got the 1 penalty. 2 tries for Jonah Holmes, but Davis also missing a conversion there. So Zebra winning that one, 26 points to 15, which is a big, big result for them. And then today, of course, we're focusing on this game, Leinster against Glasgow Warriors. It is currently 28 points to 7. So if we look at both tables, this is how it currently looks. Leinster on top of Conference A, of course, point ahead of Ulster, having played 1 less game. So when this game comes to an end, they will go a bit further ahead of Ulster. Osprey sitting in 3rd. Zebra climb out of the bottom 2 with that win. The Glasgow Warriors do have 2 games in hand, but they're not going to get anything out of this game, so they will remain in the bottom 2. Dragons sit bottom of Conference A. If you're a Wales fan, we'll be doing the Welsh Rugby Roundup show on the 3BOD Rugby Group Facebook page tomorrow. I'll drop a link in the chat in a second. That's live at 8:30. We'll round up the action from the Pro 14 from a Welsh perspective, and also look back at the Six Nations action. Have an in-depth chat about Wales against England and also Italy against Ireland. So that's 8:30 tomorrow on the 3BOD Rugby Group Facebook page. I'll put a link in the chat in a second. Munster remain top of Conference B. They obviously got that win against Cardiff Blues on Friday night. Connacht sits 2nd, Scarlets 3rd, Cardiff Blues in 4th, Edinburgh in 5th, and Benetton sit bottom with 0 wins this season. Just haven't been able to get a win. Blues are out. Glasgow are out on the pitch currently. Lots of your comments coming in. Let's have a see what you say. Random things rugby. Hi, Brandon. You're the GOAT. Love your content. Oh, that's really, really kind. Thank you so much. I'm a Glasgow fan. We suck big time. Hey, mate, a red card is always going to make it tough. 16-men Leinster team. Interesting. Never a red card. Mate, you're not watching the right game then, are you? He's kicked him straight in the head. It's a red card every day of the week. Every day of the week. Calix says, yes, a Benetton fan is heartbreaking that Connacht game, conceding the 80th minute to lose the game was even more frustrating. It's the same that happened versus Munster drop goal. Though. You've always been on the edge, haven't you, Benetton? There have been years in the past where you've really been pushing closely, but you just haven't been able to do it. We're about to kick off here for the second half. Leone Nakarawa's gone off for Glasgow. Interesting, that. Just as we kick off here, I want to show you guys a video. I've quickly started a second channel where I'm clipping up highlights of the watch-alongs. So I'm going to play you a video from yesterday's watch-along between Wales versus England that I did on my main channel here. But the clips are going on the second channel. I'll drop a link into the chat for that. But this is what they look like. So I hope you enjoy this. If you do, go over to that channel and subscribe. Here is the video.
Oh, wait.
One!
Is that a try?
Yes! Get in! Josh Adams with a lovely try. Quickly. Let's see. I'm listening.
He had to because I think he was the referee was wanting Farrell to have a word with the England team, but then Wales got a bit. You could argue a bit sneaky there and just chipped it across field while they weren't. But that's England's fault more though, because there's that's teams used to do that quite a lot. I don't see it as much these days. Where again, that's England's fault. They're just all gathered there, not paying attention at all. So. Yeah, I think that's going to be given, mate. They viewed it the same way we have.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, it's given.
Yes. Oh, look at Eddie. Look at him just.
I know. You just look at his eyes there. He's like,
oh, this does not look good.
Let's try.
Oh, let's try. Fair play to England, though. That's what I said about their power. That's just their power.
They got some pace on the ball as well. For
No, it is a good try for England. A lot of power there.
Oh, there we go.
One.
Oh, good try.
Yes! Come on. Get in. Get in, Kieran. Get in, son.
England could have no complaints about that one.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? I love Kieran Hard. He's the best scrum half we've ever had. Sheedy stepped out the line a little bit.
Oh, good play by Youngs. Oh, no, that's great play.
Oh, that's such a poor that's a poor try to give away.
But again, see when England actually keep the ball in hand and they move it. They are very...
Yeah, they do. They do that well. Wales attacking.
Oh, there you go. Bonus point.
Yes! Come on! Bonus point win over the English. Get in there. That's it. The Triple Crown is ours. Get in there, lads. Get in. Oh, Gareth Davis trolling them. I love it. Get in. Wales are victorious, beating the English 40 points to 24 at Cardiff. Absolutely deserving. So there we go. That's the Clips channel. So do go subscribe to that. I've left in the chat. And literally, as I started playing that, Glasgow scored a try. They got a try there. Brilliant play down the wing. And Ross Thompson is on for Glasgow. He's going to look to add the 2 points, which he successfully does, which makes it Leinster 28, Glasgow 14. Interesting start to the second half. That try coming for Rufus McLean there. Brilliant try from them. Let's change that to the current score that it is. So welcome along to the watch along. If you're just joining here at the start of the second half, we're not going to be showing the actual game due to copyright, but you're welcome to join in the chat and the banter as we enjoy this game. So do subscribe if you are new. The clip you just saw was from my second channel. I'm going to upload highlights of these streams. So the first one went live yesterday, that England versus Wales one. We'll do another one for this one as well. And that will go up live probably tomorrow morning. So do head over there, subscribe if you want to. And yeah, keep an eye on that. They're shorter clips and just really bring out the best highlights of the streams. Yep, I absolutely missed it, didn't I? But Rufus McLean with a try there to make it 14-28. Now, I don't think Glasgow can really get into this game, really, and get back to being completely competitive, because I think fitness in the end is just going to take its toll. But advantage here to Glasgow inside their own half. Leinster's penalty count has been fairly high this game, you'd have to say. They're coming back for the original penalty there. But 5 minutes into this one, Leinster putting themselves under pressure, aren't they? You'd have to say so. You'd have to say they are. But welcome along. Hope you're doing well this evening. Nice, relaxed one. And I've decided we're going to do Leinster versus Ulster next Saturday. So next Saturday, folks, Leinster against Ulster. You requested it. That is the one that we're going to do. Big, big game. Probably the two best teams in the Pro 14 going head-to-head. That game kicks off at 25-8. So let's say we go live about 7:15 on the channel, and we'll do what we've done today, and that'll be fantastic to have you along. So that's next Saturday. We're going to do that one. And I think we'll do Bath against Exeter as well. That's kickoff at 3. So if we go live at 2:45 for that one, I'll try and get a guest on for the Bath versus Exeter one. I've got someone in mind, and I think he knows who he is. But we'll do them 2 watch-alongs over the course of the week. Yep, Ulster at home for that game, which will be a big advantage for you. And do you know what? Of course, you know, it's a week. There's no Six Nations action next weekend because it's a break. So how many players will be released back to Leinster will be interesting to see. But Ulster probably have more of their players available. People like John Cooney is not in the squad for Ireland, and he's going to be available to play. And he's probably the form player in the Pro 14, definitely the best scrum half in the Pro 14. Glasgow actually attacking here. They're about 7 meters out, going through the forwards here. It's good work from the forwards as they pick and go. Worrying for Leinster, though. Are they collapsing here? Can I say that? But 6 minutes into this second half, Ollie Kebble takes it in, but doesn't make a yard. Again, not really having much of an impact as they go forward, though. Pick and go from Glasgow, driving forward. About 5 meters out now. They're not far out here. Ollie Kebble once again with ball in hand. This is good defence from Glasgow. From Leinster, sorry. McGrath now has the ball. Spreads it to the backs. Lovely hands. Ollie Thompson's a little bit on his own here. Again, the man down's really going to affect them with options. McGrath tackled, but the ball is available. Advantage, still advantage here to Glasgow Warriors. As they go for the pick and go. It's very good defence here from Goes backwards. And clean tackle, though. Right under the post, 5 meters out. I mean, they're not really making the yards here, but they still have the advantage, so they might as well try something. Still advantage. No advantage now. Penalty to Glasgow. If Glasgow want anything from this game, they've got to go to the corner here. They've got to try and get a try. It's right in front of the post, though, so what do they do here? So Glasgow deciding what to do. No arms tackle from Leinster. That's why they've been penalised. Scrum it is. Scrum it is for Glasgow. So Glasgow going for the scrum. 14 points to 28 down. Leinster have the bonus point. If they get this, takes them to 21-28. They're only one score off then. But it's a big ask for them to truly get back into this game, you'd have to say. Scrum then, 5 meters out, pretty much under the post for Glasgow here. Glasgow started very brightly, already got a try, even though they've got a red card. Leinster's ill-discipline really letting them down now. Good scrum from Leinster here. Glasgow need to get this one out. They just about managed to get it out. Have they retained possession? Yes, they have. I think he's over that. Oh, the ball remains with Glasgow. Glasgow told to use it here as the forwards pick and go. Driving forward. Advantage once again, no arms tackle once again from Leinster. Their ill discipline is really becoming an issue for them here. This is looking dangerous from Glasgow. Fair play to them. They've really got the game going. Hugh Jones going for the line. Is he going to get there? I think he's held up. Has he got it down? It's a try. Hugh Jones has scored. What a try for Glasgow. And Glasgow really bringing this game back. 10 minutes into this second half, 2 tries for Glasgow. They're down to 14 men. They've had Adam Hastings sent off. It's Leinster's ill-discipline. It's really poor. They're under pressure and they just simply cannot deal with it. Lovely pass out wide from the scrum half. Hugh Jones powers over. He's had a heck of a game. Heck of a game. What a try that is for Glasgow. If you're a Glasgow fan, you'll be really encouraged by what you're seeing here. It's just a shame you're down to 14 men, isn't it? It just really is a shame. What strength from Hugh Jones. Brilliant work from him. 2 men on him and he still manages to beat him comfortably. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I think the big issue for you, Connor, must be your ill-discipline. The amount of penalties that you gave away in succession there. As Thompson slots that one beautifully through the post. We've got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, I think we've got a game on our hand. 21 points to 28. What a reaction. What a reaction from Glasgow. Fair play. Hugh Jones having an absolute stormer. 28-21. I mean, Glasgow will be thinking about the win and the bonus point here. They've got 3 tries and they've got 2 of them while being down to 14 men. And they've got them in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Fair play to them. Leinster just need to calm things down here. The next score is massive in this game. If Leinster get it, I can't see Glasgow having enough. That's a high tackle, surely. Tackled in the end. McGrath. And Leinster with a little bit more vigour in their attack here. And how much gas will Glasgow really have left in the tank come the last 10 minutes or so, last 15-10? But they're showing some good defence here. Big tackles coming in. Glasgow, of course, having an atrocious season. Going through the forwards, Josh van der Fleer, tackled by Ollie Kebbel. Just outside the 22 here. It's good defence, though, from Glasgow. Leinster aren't really moving much. Did I see the blue ball score? No, I didn't. Let me know, Gregor. What happened in that one? I didn't catch that. Let me know. I think Glasgow have turned this one over. Advantage, illegally so. And they'll come back for the penalty. And if you're Leinster here, you take the 3 points, man. You take the 3 points just to take you that little bit further ahead. Connor Broomfield on Leinster's performance. Slow line speed, missed tackles everywhere, cheap penalties. Leo won't be happy. Exactly. But you're going for the corner, which is an interesting choice here. That's a really interesting choice. I'd have gone for the points there. That's a really interesting choice. If this doesn't pay off, 25 minutes to go in this one. Changes for Glasgow now. As they confirmed who they are, we will let you know. Leinster win their line out. Darcy Ray's on for Pierre-Eto in the front row for Glasgow. So that's Glasgow's change. Now Leinster attacking in the 22. They need to come away with something here, having decided to go for the corners. I think that's quite a brave decision. Josh van der Fleer tackled. He's a heck of a player, van der Fleer, isn't he? Told to use it here. Leinster dawdling a little bit. They've got the extra man. You'd think if they kept the speed of ball going, that they'd easily score tries, but they're very lethargic, very methodical. Just pick and go, pick and go. Ball comes out to the backs now. Brilliant hit from the new man, Ray. They are making some movements now up to the 5 metre line. This is going to be the forwards' jobs. Glasgow need to keep their discipline here. Leinster just need to be patient. 5 phases here. McGrath just still passing to his forwards. No width on this yet. But Glasgow's defence looks pretty set. You have to say, it looks set. It looks organised. Advantage now to Leinster, offside from Glasgow there. Oh my word, I've just seen the score, Gregor, yeah. 87 points to 10. $87 points to 10. Still advantage here. Josh van der Fleer right in the corner here, trying to get something. Did I see the Swansea game? Unfortunately, yep, we lost against Bristol City. I still think we'll go up this season, but it's just a little bit annoying. Another advantage here. If you're the ref, you're thinking about a yellow now, surely. New offside for Glasgow. Got to try something now if you're Leinster. Callagher going for the corner. Does he have the speed? Great tackle by Thompson. Hugh Jones intercepts. But they'll come back for the original penalties. He's having a word with the captain. He's giving them warnings here. It's very true. They are defending really, really well. I've been impressed by the way they are defending. But the pressure is always going to tell when you're down to 14 men. We've seen that over the past however long with the Six Nations game so far, where there's been a yellow or red, it does impact players so much. What will Leinster decide to do here? They're going to go to the corner. I think they're going for the corner. Yes, they are. So Harry Byrne has not come back on. Have not come back on for this game, which is a concern. Changes, though, for Leinster here. Once again, we'll let you know who they are once they are confirmed. 28-21, though, 57 minutes on the clock, down at the RDS. Leinster ready with the bonus point, with a big opportunity here. So Michael Bent and Dan Sheehan are off with Thomas Clarkson and Alex Soroka coming on. So those are the changes for Leinster. Glasgow win the penalty at the driving maul. What a penalty to win that one there. Coming in at the side of changing bind, I believe. That's a heck of a penalty win there for Glasgow Warriors. What a win that is. It looked inevitable, as if Leinster were going to win. Yep, he's lost his bat. He's just stolen it. How has he managed to steal that? That's incredible. That's massive for Glasgow. And Glasgow win the penalty at the scrum. Wow. What a reaction from these lads. They're 14 men down here. They're down to 14. And the power in that scrum absolutely shoved off their feet. And that will really, really give Glasgow confidence going forward here. Let me know, are you a Glasgow fan? What are you thinking for the next 20? If you're a Leinster fan, what do you need to do better? Let me know as well. Another mistake here from Leinster, knock on. Changes once again now, changes for Leinster. And I just think it's for Leinster, yeah. Cronin, I believe, yep. Sean Cronin is off. Dan Sheehan is on for him. Scrum then to Glasgow Warriors. A man down, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way they are currently playing. This will be really encouraging to the supporters and to the coaching staff. Sam Johnson takes it forward. Plenty of options, and they're making ground here. They love switching the play up, don't they? As Hugh Jones takes into contact. What a game he's had. What a game he's had. Need to get the ball out here. He's taking way too long, the scrum half. Glasgow still with the ball here on the 10-metre line. Thompson decides to kick. And it's not a bad kick at all. Puts them into the 22. Puts the pressure on Leinster. So line up to Leinster in their own 22. Bit of pressure on this one. Sheehan will look to... I think this is his first line out, and it's a successful one. Leinster just lost it a bit here. They just lost a little bit of direction. They just need to calm down. They're in the lead. They know if they get another score, it's going to be very difficult for Glasgow. Another penalty to Glasgow. Another penalty to Glasgow. Hugh Jones, yep, born in Cape Town, but qualifies for Scotland through residency, doesn't he? He's been brilliant this game. He's been so good. So Glasgow put this one into the corner. 20 minutes to go. If I was a betting man, who would I back? Who would I back? I mean, this game is very much in the balance, isn't it? And Glasgow with the momentum. They managed to just... Oh, they've just lost their line-out ball. And Glasgow do retain possession, though, on the 10-metre line here. 17 and a bit minutes to go. I mean, all the momentum is with Glasgow at this point. Oh, and they knock it on. Advantage to Leinster here. And we'll have the scrum for Leinster. But let me know, folks, in the chat now, if you're a Leinster fan, how are you feeling? If you're a Glasgow fan, do you really believe that you can win this? Let me know in the chat. There are currently 23 of you watching, 20 on YouTube. If you have not yet subscribed, folks, please do. It's free to do. Helps grow the channel. And having hit 1,000 subscribers now, we'll be able to do a lot more and interact a lot more with you folks. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like and follow Brandon Smith Rugby on Facebook as well. Thank you to everyone who's jumped across to the second channel. That's Brandon Smith Rugby Shorts. I really do appreciate that. That's where we're going to put little clips of these streams out on there after the game. So we'll do one of this. We'll put it out live tomorrow, and you can enjoy that. There's a Wales versus England one that went live yesterday, which is about 2 minutes long, that you can check out. So 16 minutes to go, 28-21. Bonus point is secured for Leinster. Glasgow down to 14 men. Adam Hastings sent off in the 37th minute of this one. But Glasgow have had 2 tries in this second half, have pushed Leinster really close and look like the team with the momentum. Is it possible that the champions could lose at home against a 14-men Glasgow? Is it possible? The question is, how is Glasgow's fitness? How is Glasgow's fitness at this point? That is the question, isn't it? How is their fitness looking? Leo Cunnan will not be happy with this performance at all. We'll be very happy with the first half. The second half has been pretty shambolic from a Leinster point of view. So scrum here. Good scrum from Leinster. McGrath decides to kick. Good pick up there. Hugh Jones with ball in hand. Great tackle by Josh van der Fleer. Very, very risky to try and run that from there. Glasgow will look to get rid of this one. Sean Kennedy has come on for Jamie Dobie for Glasgow Warriors. 15 minutes to go then. Leinster on the attack 10-metre line here, going through the forwards. Again, you feel this next score is so important. It's a knock-on from Leinster. Scrum for Glasgow. And again, just looking back at the Josh van der Fleer tackle here, what a tackle that was, you've got to say. The scrum here too, Glasgow. A couple of players receiving some treatment. It has been a very physical game. It's been a great game of rugby, though. All the watch-alongs we've done this weekend have actually been pretty good compared to the one we did last weekend. We saw Zebra and Ospreys play a 10-3 game out, I think it was in the end. Pretty horrendous game, that one. But yeah, thank you if you subscribe to the second channel. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed here yet, please do that as well. It's free to do and keeps you up to date. And next weekend, we're going to do 2 watch-alongs. First one we're going to do is going to be a big one from the Gallagher Premiership. We are going to be doing Bath hosting Exeter. That's a big game. Bath getting a big win today against Northampton. Bath really struggling down at the bottom of the table, playing against Exeter's Chiefs, who have had a struggle really over the past, you'd have to say, over the past few weeks. Exeter have not looked themselves at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can do, because obviously Sale beat Exeter. Before that, we saw Northampton beat Exeter. So Exeter go into this game on a 2-loss game. So that's a really tasty game. So that's going to be next week, next Saturday. That's going to be kickoff at 3 o'clock. So we'll go live on that one at about 2:45. And then later on, we'll do the big one. Ulster against Leinster, 25-8 kickoff. We'll go live at 7:15 here on the channel for that. So do join us for that one. He does. He's so good. Ben, hope you're well. Ali will catch you in a bit. We're nearly done over here. 14 minutes to go then. It's resetting the scrum so much. But Glasgow very much in this with the momentum, and the mistakes that this Leinster team are making is very worrying if you're a Leinster fan. You've got to say, it's very worrying. Scrum here to Glasgow, then 10-metre line. Finally, the ball will go in. If he actually puts it out, there you go, he's put it in. That's helpful. Here we go then. Glasgow decide to kick. It's not the worst kick. Oh, has he gone forward? No. O'Brien tackle just outside the 22. Glasgow need to put pressure on Leinster here, making a very difficult exit if they can. Converted try takes it to 28-28. YouTube, I have seen your question. I'll get to it in a second. I'm just watching this phase of play in his box kick. So, yeah, we'll go to your question. My favourite player of all time is 100% Shane Williams. Shane Williams was my hero growing up. He is the one person at the Welsh Rugby Roundup show that I would love to interview. At the Welsh Rugby Roundup show, we've interviewed a lot of exciting guests over the past couple of weeks, and we've got some more exciting ones coming on. So I'm going to drop a link now, actually, to the 3BOD Facebook page. And I want you all, if you would like to, head over there and give it a like and a follow. We recently had a really good chat with Johnny Evans, the former scrum half for Dragons, Scarlets and Bath. And that will be going live hopefully later this week. We've spoken with Mike Spiky Watkins, a former Wales captain back in the 80s. We've spoken with David James, former Wales and Lions player. We're in talks to speak to another fantastic former player who played here in Wales for a long time. So we've got a lot of exciting guests coming on. And tomorrow night, it is our live monthly roundup show, the Welsh Rugby Roundup show, tomorrow, live at 8:30 on the 3BOD Facebook group and YouTube channel. So do go and check that out and give it a like and a follow. And we'll be covering everything that's happening in the Pro 14 this weekend And of course, talking about the two big games of the weekend, and my word, there's a lot to talk about. That Wales against England game, which we won. Just thought I'd put that out there once again. We won that. So Triple Crown champions, going for a Grand Slam against France. No disrespect to Italy. We're going to beat Italy. So going for a Grand Slam against France, I can't stop smiling. It's been a mad... Oh, and he cables through here. Oh, can he get the offload off? No, he can't. Oh, I thought Ollie Kebble was going to run it in from 20 metres. Glasgow a little bit stretched here. Deciding to run, though. This is a lovely run. Lovely pick and go here. Just over the halfway line. Ioane taking it there. Ball is slowed down a little bit for a second, but Glasgow are really up for this. It's ripped here. This could be game over. Brilliant tackle. Is that a knock on? Thompson is caught. And there was a knock on. It's kicking off here. Handbags are out a little bit. Ten minutes to go here. Finn Russell came to your high school. Very lucky. For me, the best attacking fly half in the world. Probably the best fly half in the world, to be honest. Yeah, he is quite an incredible player. Well, Leinster nearly there, got a score there. Kieran Fawley ran through, but was tackled. They're checking something on the TMO again. TMO's been busy this evening. I think they're checking the incident on the ground there. Has he jumped on him on the ground? Well, he's on the ground, so he can't do that. He's jumped on him on the ground. This could be a yellow. It's very stupid. And then the incident afterwards, I think Ioane is pretty lucky here as well if he gets away with it. Ioane's off here. Yellow card. Stupid. He's just led with the shoulder. He's gone into the breakdown, led with the shoulder. I think Jimmy O'Brien might be a little bit lucky as well. But Ioane, that is just pure stupidity, and you've really shot yourself in the foot. He's shot himself in the foot, hasn't he? Absolutely shot himself in the foot. And any chance that Glasgow had of this game, they're now down to 13 men for the rest of the game now because it's 70 minutes. He's really shot himself in the foot. He's lucky he's not made contact with the head at all there. If he's made contact with the head, that's a red. I mean, it makes no difference for the rest of the game because he's off for the rest of the game. But this is a really good opportunity for Leinster really to close this game out, to take it beyond the one score. Hawkshaw's going to have an opportunity to do that. He's had one successful kick so far. How long is left? 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes. Actually, 8 minutes and 50 seconds are left, but you think Hawkshaw would take his time with this kick. So 28-21, kick for Leinster, penalty here. Hawkshaw with the kick. This probably will seal the game if he nails this one. And it's fairly simple. He's pulled it. He's missed it. He's absolutely pulled it to the left. And Glasgow are still in this one. Although it's going to be tough. He missed it. Yeah, definitely a yellow card, wasn't it? Missed it for sure. He did. Maybe that's the lifeline that Glasgow need. 10 minutes. Oh, sorry. Just 8 minutes left here now. Kelleher with ball in hand on the halfway line from the 22 dropout. Glasgow can hold their heads up high, but Ioane's really shot himself in the foot. Advantage here too. Leinster as they come forward. Now the fitness is really going to tell here. This is going to be really hard. As Carney is through here, this could be a try into McGrath, and that is going to be the game. He's going to score, and Leinster have scored. Right, Gregor, you are correct. Try for Leinster, and that will be the game. A really good score that from Leinster. McGrath gets the try. He's played really well this evening, actually. It's just quick ball. The extra man makes a difference. It's a big ball carrier. It sucks in defenders. Quick ball out wide. Hawkshaw with a lovely floating pass to O'Brien. O'Brien into Carney. Carney beats Sam Johnson. And as any good scrum half will be on the option for the line. And that would be game, set, and match. You'd think so. Leinster here. 33 points to 21 now. That is the game, ladies and gentlemen, you'd have to say. But it's been a brilliant game of rugby, hasn't it? It's been really entertaining to watch. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been fantastic to have your company. This is a hard kick for Hawkshaw. It's a good kick. Fair play to him. Great conversion. Really good conversion there. That's 35-21 to Leinster with about 5 minutes to go. Jonah Franklin Football, hello. I do not recognise your name. Welcome along to the channel if you're new here. Do you subscribe, my friend? You're very welcome. If you've already subscribed, I do apologise. But welcome along. Let me know your thoughts on this game so far. Glasgow, though, nearly retaining possession there. They do have a line out here on the 22. They'll be looking to get a losing bonus point here. And Premier Sports has crashed. I think Premier Sports has just crashed. I think he's just crashed. Premier Sports has crashed. The stuff you love to see. 35-21, indeed it is. Let me see. Premier Sports. Goodness sake. Let me see if I can fix this. And we are back. Okay, that's fine. I have no idea what happened there. Yeah, he missed an easy penalty, but what a kick with that second one, isn't it? But the game is done now, isn't it, folks? You have to be totally honest. But Glasgow could get a losing bonus point here. I mean, to go away, Luke McGrath is off for Leinster with Rowan Osborne coming on at the scrum half position. But to go away to Leinster and to get 3 tries while you're down to 14 men is a heck of an achievement. And it'll give Glasgow a lot of encouragement going forward. It's a big scrum, though, from Leinster here. Clear downfield. It's a heck of a boot. Glasgow will look to run it here. Glasgow have had a very difficult season, haven't they? They have had a very difficult season. Leinster, though, will certainly take the bonus point win. Lots to work on, though. Lots to work on. Their discipline has been shocking in this game. For a team that have had 15 men, for the quality that they are, against how Glasgow have been going this season and against 14 men, they just have not been that good, really. They're very clinical going forward, but defensively, you'd be a little bit worried about them. Standouts in this game, you'd have to say, for Leinster, Harvey Burns started really well, but went off with the HIA and didn't come back on. I think McGrath has really controlled the game well when he's had ball in hand. Leinster have actually turned it over here. This could be really dangerous if they can get the ball out. O'Brien has got Kelleher outside if he needs him. He finds him and Kelleher scores. It's another try for Leinster, and that just rubs salt in the wound. It's a great try, and I think fitness is beginning to take its toll now on Glasgow, who have fought valiantly. But But it's a brilliant score from Leinster. 40 points to 21 there. But brilliant finish there from Leinster. They turn the ball over. The extra man is there. It's brilliant offloading. It's brilliant hands. O'Brien runs a great line and has Kelleher on his outside. And Kelleher, as any good wingers, right on the support line and finishes the try there. What a try that is. Beautiful things. Brilliant try that is. Penny, man of the match. There's just over 1 minute left here. O'Brien's going to take this kick for Leinster. They'll have to sort it out for next week against Ulster. Yes, they will. That's going to be a great game. And as I've said, we are doing a watch long here on the channel. Kickoff at 25 to 8. We'll be going live about 7:15 for that. So do join us for that. Jimmy O'Brien has actually missed the kick. 2 minutes, a little bit less than 2 minutes left here. Fifth try of the season for Kelleher. I don't think this scoreline, though, is a fair reflection of the game. If we're being totally honest, the first half, yes, Leinster were much more the better side. But this second half, the Glasgow really showed up. And if you're a Glasgow fan, of course, you're frustrated, you've lost. But it's not all doom and gloom for you at all as we head into the final minutes here. Let me know your thoughts on this game then in the comments. We'll spend a quick 2 minutes and then I'll have to jump off, folks, because I have another meeting to head to. But it's been a great game of rugby, hasn't it? So 30 seconds to go in this one. This one is pretty much done, folks, hasn't it? But what a game of rugby we've been treated to once again, you have to say. So they just resend this scrum, but that is going to be the final whistle, you'd think. Is it over? It's very close. Last play here. Down at the RDS, Luke Conway is very close to completion. Leinster have got the job done. Patchy in moments, worrying in moments. Glasgow shown a lot of heart in that second half. Very poor in the first half defensively. But all credit to Leinster for getting the job done. Penalty, though, to Glasgow. 30 seconds over the red. They've taken it quickly, tap and go into the 22. This is going to be the last play for Glasgow, looking to get that fourth try. Glasgow coming forward then. Leinster going to go 6 points clear with this win on top of Conference A. Glasgow will remain in fifth. Behind Zebra, but above the Dragons. Thompson trying a few things here. Tackled well, though. Ross Thompson's a prospect for Glasgow, isn't he? Glasgow trying here, but ball out wide here, going through the forwards, though. Not really making all that much headway, you'd have to say. They're keeping the ball here, but they're not really doing all that much, if we're being totally honest. Big tackle there. from Leinster, really losing ground. Glasgow here. 2 minutes over the red. And Glasgow are really looking for some scraps here. Try and get that fourth if they can. Lovely ball out here. Go on, Thompson, third wide. Doesn't get the ball wide. There was a man spare. Here the ball comes. A little bit isolated. Hugh Jones, who's had a very good game for Glasgow, will certainly make Stuart Townsend think a little bit. Advantage to Glasgow here. Trying the low kick is not going to work. No advantage. Penalty to Glasgow. We're really just running down the clock here. Martin Murray, it's been a pleasure having you on the channel. Welcome. It's been fantastic to get your thoughts. You're welcome. Hope you have enjoyed, and plenty more commentaries to come next weekend. And there's lots of things coming up on the channel as well over the next week. So be sure to subscribe for that. Glasgow here going for the corner then. I am dying for a wee. So I hope this gets knocked on, to be honest. Because I'm dying for a wee. Richard Huey asked, what's going to happen with the Scotland vs France game? Is it cancelled? It's been postponed. There was talk that it happened next weekend, but the issue with that is that there'll be so many players released to their clubs that it wouldn't be fair, in my opinion. So that's very likely to happen. So they're just going to try and fit it in at some point. So we're just going to have to wait and see for that one. Leinster have stolen it. Leinster kick it off, and that is the full-time whistle. Leinster win here, 40 points, 21. That's right, Gregor. It is over down at the RDS. Leinster get the job done. Leinster flew into an early lead. Then a red card to Adam Hastings, of course. Glasgow fought back to make it entertaining, but in the end, the fitness, the extra man really did tell for Leinster. So Leinster get the win. I'm going to have to shoot off, folks. It's been brilliant to chat rugby with you once again. Thank you so much for joining this watch log. Don't forget, my dream team for the Six Nations round 3 will be out tomorrow on the channel, so do subscribe for that. Welsh Rugby Roundup Show is on the 3 Border Rugby Facebook groups and YouTube channel tomorrow night at 8:30. And also, I'll be doing 2 watch-alongs next Saturday for Bath vs Exeter at 2:45, and then the big one, Leinster versus Ulster, at 7:55. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay positive during these difficult times. Thank you for joining. Subscribe. I'll see you soon. Peace.